Meghan Markle's Netflix show is pointless, and according to fans, she's a narcissist.
The Duchess of Sussex spreading her wings on Netflix with a new show with Love Meghan.
There is clearly no love lost between Meghan Markle and critics of her new Netflix show.
O'Keefe calling the show feels inherently narcissistic.
Meghan Markle's new Netflix series with Love Meghan is getting talked about a lot. Some of the comments are not nice.
Just put some flipping flower petals on your food, you pathetic mother.
It's definitely generating a lot of buzz, and as always, there are a lot of different opinions floating around. Now, the series itself is a mix of lifestyle content, personal anecdotes, and a look into Meghan's passions. We see her doing things like cooking, crafting, and connecting with people. It's definitely a very curated look into her world. But as you've probably heard, the critical reception has been mixed. Some reviewers have used pretty strong words. The Daily Mail, for instance, called it so dreadful it's almost fascinating, suggesting that it might be something people hate watch. The Guardian went as far as to label it gormless lifestyle filler, and even wondered if it could be the Sussex's last TV project. Other publications like The Independent have pointed out the show's focus on aesthetics and platitudes, saying it can feel queasy and exhausting to watch. There's been a lot of talk about the content itself, with some critics feeling that the focus on things like cooking and crafting lacks depth.
I don't think anybody at Netflix could have seen the show before it went out.
Some have even compared segments to cooking shows, but noted that Meghan doesn't necessarily come across as a professional chef. But she never claimed to be a professional chef. She just shares recipes because cooking is such a huge part of her world. Word is that she actually cooks for Harry and her children every day, which is actually really cute and wholesome. She made a cookbook that I took a peek into. It had some great recipes in it, and a lot of the proceeds went to charity as well. I just kind of feel bad for the Sussexes because no matter what they try to do now, they get met with a whole lot of critique. But both of them seem happy and they have such a great family, so I don't feel too bad for them because I know they must be happy people. There's been so much criticism about Meghan Markle's show being self-indulgent. Some reviewers feel it focuses too heavily on Meghan's curated image and lifestyle. However, it's not all negative. Harper's Bazaar, for example, drew comparisons to lifestyle figures like Ina Garten or Nigella Lawson, highlighting Meghan's focus on community and connection. Some viewers have also praised the show's visual appeal, saying it's beautifully shot. And let's be real, Meghan does have an eye for making things pretty. Her recipes are pretty awesome, she's stunning, she's radiant. The show's format, which blends personal stories, stage scenes, and motivational quotes, has been a point of contention. Some find it forced or overly earnest, while others appreciate the personal touch. Of course, there's also the context of the Sussex's big Netflix deal. The success of this series is definitely being watched closely, as it's a key part of the agreement. The lukewarm reception has naturally raised questions about their future content creation. Meghan Markle's new show has sparked a lot of conversation. While there are definitely some strong critical opinions, those who appreciate the show's focus on community and Meghan's personal passions. It's clear that it's a series that elicits very different reactions. I personally think whether you love them or not, people really do love talking about Meghan and Harry, so I know a lot of people who don't like them will still watch the show. Me personally, I'm excited to check it out. I haven't at the time of this video, but I definitely will be. I read one of Meghan's recipe books and it had a bunch of great recipes that I'd be excited to try, like hot chocolate with red wine. Yum. I just also really appreciate that Meghan is involved in so many charities. She loves cooking for her family.
Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's fairy tale may not be as perfect as it seems. Their love story has been anything but ordinary.
Meghan on the West Coast, Harry back east. And that 2,400-mile separation is just one divide, sparking rumors of a royal split.
There's articles left and right about, why are you doing independent events? Why aren't you doing them together?
We've apparently divorced maybe 10, 12 times as well. So everyone's just like, what?
From their whirlwind romance and royal wedding to their controversial departure from the British monarchy, the couple has remained in the global spotlight. While they have often presented a united front, speculation about their marriage facing difficulties refuses to fade.
What is happening with these two? So is that a good thing for you in a way that there's so much interest in you?
No, there's definitely not a good thing.
With their professional and personal lives evolving rapidly, many are left wondering, are the cracks beginning to show in the Duke and Duchess of Sussex's relationship? Prince Harry says the divorce rumors are nonsense.
The people I feel most sorry about are the trolls who their hopes are just built and built and built. And it's like, yes, 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 yes. And then it doesn't happen.
But their actions might tell a different story. Since their 2018 wedding, Harry and Meghan have been at the center of media speculation. Every decision they make, whether personal or professional, seems to fuel rumors about their marriage. In December 2024, Harry addressed the swirling divorce rumors during an interview at the New York Times DealBook Summit, dismissing them as baseless and expressing frustration over the constant scrutiny. However, royal watchers remain unconvinced, as persistent reports suggest a growing distance between the couple. Media speculation about their relationship is nothing new. Ever since their highly publicized split from the royal family, British tabloids and American outlets alike have analyzed every public appearance and business move, often painting a picture of turmoil. While both Harry and Meghan have denied marital discord, their increasingly independent ventures and separate public engagements have only intensified the whispers. Harry and Meghan walked away from the crown, but whispers say they're drifting from each other too. Harry and Meghan's decision to step back from royal duties in 2020 was a defining moment in their relationship. The move, popularly dubbed Megxit, strained Harry's relationship with his family, especially with his brother, Prince William, and father, King Charles III. Although the couple claimed they made the decision to seek a more independent and peaceful life, tensions between the Sussexes and the royal family have continued to dominate headlines. One of the major sticking points remains their tell-all interviews, particularly their 2021 Oprah Winfrey special, where they accused the royal institution of racism and neglect. Harry later released his memoir, Spare, in which he detailed personal grievances against his family, deepening the divide. Meghan, in particular, has been criticized for her alleged role in steering Harry away from his royal obligations, with some sources suggesting that this has created tension between them behind closed doors. Harry showed up for the coronation. Meghan stayed in California. Cue the headlines. In May 2023, when King Charles III was crowned, Meghan chose to remain in California, while Harry briefly attended the ceremony in London. Her absence was officially attributed to their son, Archie's birthday, which fell on the same day, but it fueled speculation about her unwillingness to mend ties with the royal family. Some royal insiders believe that Meghan's decision not to attend was a strategic move to maintain her distance from the institution she and Harry criticized so heavily. Others suggested that she wanted to avoid the potential awkwardness of facing the royals after the revelations in Spare. Either way, her no-show became yet another talking point in the ongoing discussion about the state of their marriage. Meghan's curtsy joke went viral. Harry's face said it all. During the couple's 2022 Netflix documentary, Harry and Meghan, Meghan reenacted her first curtsy to Queen Elizabeth II, complete with exaggerated gestures and laughter. The moment quickly went viral, with many viewers criticizing her for being disrespectful. What caught even more attention, however, was Harry's reaction. He appeared visibly uncomfortable as Meghan performed the imitation. Body language experts and royal watchers dissected the scene, interpreting Harry's reaction as a sign of growing tension between the couple. While Meghan may have intended the moment to be humorous, it struck a nerve with both royalists and those who believe Harry may be starting to feel the weight of his decisions, from power couple to solo acts. Harry and Meghan are branching out. One of the most telling signs of change in Harry and Meghan's relationship is their increasing focus on individual projects. Meghan recently launched her lifestyle brand, As Ever, focusing on wellness, fashion, and home decor. She's also working on a new Netflix series titled With Love, Meghan, which is rumored to be a cooking and lifestyle show. These ventures mark a shift from the couple's earlier strategy of presenting themselves as a united brand. Harry's busy with Invictus, Meghan's busy with business. Hope they're not too busy for each other. Harry has been focused on his work with the Invictus Games and his involvement with BetterUp, a mental health coaching platform. While they have publicly supported each other's endeavors, some sources suggest that Meghan's business ambitions and Harry's passion for philanthropy are leading them in different directions. Historically, high-profile couples who begin to focus heavily on separate careers often face challenges in maintaining their relationship. Meghan's increasing solo ventures may simply be a sign of personal growth, but for those closely watching, it raises questions about whether they are growing apart. Meghan's back online. Harry's still offline. Go figure. Another notable development is Meghan's return to social media. After years of staying off Instagram, she rejoined the platform in early 2025, sharing updates about her projects and personal insights. While some saw this as a natural step for an entrepreneur, others wondered if this marked a shift in her approach to publicity, one that prioritizes her individual brand over their joint image. Harry, in contrast, has remained largely off social media, continuing his efforts to maintain privacy. This difference in their approach to public engagement has led to speculation that Meghan is seeking a level of fame and influence that Harry may not be entirely comfortable with. Separate schedules? Separate lives? The whispers are getting louder. Over the past year, Harry and Meghan have been attending events separately more frequently. While this can be attributed to their individual projects, some believe it reflects a shift in their relationship dynamic. For instance, Harry recently attended the NFL Honors in Las Vegas alone, while Meghan was busy promoting her new ventures in California. The couple also spent time apart during the 2023 Invictus Games, with Meghan joining the event days after Harry had already arrived. These moments have led to speculation about whether they are prioritizing their careers over spending time together. Harry says divorce isn't an option, but their growing time apart tells a different story. Despite the persistent speculation, Harry has made it clear that divorce is not on the table. He dismissed rumors of marital troubles, stating that he and Meghan are as committed to each other as ever. However, denials often do little to stop the rumor mill, and some critics argue that their actions speak louder than words. Hollywood and celebrity culture have seen many couples issue strong denials before eventually parting ways. While Harry's statement reassured some fans, others remain skeptical, believing that their evolving careers and separate interests may eventually lead to a more significant divide. Meghan calls it a honeymoon phase, but some wonder if it's just good PR. Interestingly, Meghan recently described their relationship as entering a honeymoon period again. In an interview, she spoke about how they are rediscovering their joy together, particularly through their work and family life. While this paints a hopeful picture, it also suggests that there may have been rough patches in the past that they are actively working to overcome. Meghan's comments also indicate that, despite the rumors, she and Harry are still committed to making their marriage work. Their ability to weather public scrutiny and focus on their shared vision for the future will be key in determining the strength of their relationship. They're still a team, for now. But in Hollywood, even the strongest duos have an expiration date. At this point, there is no concrete evidence that Harry and Meghan are on the verge of divorce. However, their evolving careers, separate projects, and increasing independent public appearances suggest a shift in their relationship dynamic. They remain a powerful duo in the public eye, but whether they can maintain their partnership in both business and marriage remains to be seen. For now, the Sussexes continue to present a united front, but only time will tell if their fairy tale romance can withstand the pressures of fame, family drama, and personal ambition.
Meghan Markle throws shade at the royals in her Netflix cooking show.
I just want to raise a glass to you guys.
Meghan Markle cheersing to a new chapter and taking a subtle dig at royal life.
I think you get the sense of a woman who has found a new freedom, who's really spreading her wings.
That's good, right?
You did a great job.
Thank you.
Here's some tea for you. Fans are saying that Meghan Markle just dropped some subtle shade at the royal family in her new Netflix show. At the end of With Love, Meghan, she talked about her new chapter being all about rediscovering the creativity she's missed so much.
This feels like a new chapter that I'm so excited at, creativity that I've missed so much.
Was this the kind of self-expression she felt was stifled during her royal days? And if that wasn't enough, she also mentioned healing something broken. This comes after she previously called out royal aides for not letting her be her true self in the UK. Her lifestyle series finally premiered, and let's be real, it's a huge moment for the Sussexes and their massive $100 million Netflix deal. She wrapped up her Netflix series with Love Meghan with a heartfelt speech to her closest friends and family, including Prince Harry and her mom Doria Ragland. She toasted to a new chapter in her life, expressing how thrilled she was to share the journey with everyone. But what really caught our attention was her mention of rediscovering the creativity she's missed so much. Like she's saying goodbye to the royal constraints and hello to her true self. And the cuteness doesn't stop there. Meghan and Harry had a sweet moment when she asked him about the party she organized for the show. "It's good, right?" she asked, to which Harry replied, "Well done, you did a great job." Meghan beamed with pride, responding with a simple thank you, and Harry sealed it with an "I love it." These two are still going strong. So Meghan Markle is giving this heartfelt speech and then just randomly drops, "This feels like a new chapter. I've been able to learn from all of you. Thank you for the love and support. Here we go. There's a business." And then she drops this little nugget about creativity that I've missed so much. Now hold up. The Daily Mail is saying that this is a straight up apparent jab at the royals. Like apparent? They're basically saying Meghan's low-key accusing the monarchy of stifling her creativity. We don't actually know what happened with the royal family and Meghan, but we do know that she left and she felt restricted. But let's be real, this isn't exactly breaking news, is it? We all know Meghan's been vocal about feeling restricted during her time in the UK. Remember all those whispers about royal aides controlling her every move? Yeah, this speech just poured gasoline on that fire. Whether she meant this jab intentionally or not, people are always going to take it like that, and it gets juicier. The show also dips into the whole healing vibe, talking about fixing something broken, and then guess what? People are totally convinced it's another dig at the royal family. Like she's basically saying her time with them was a total mess and that she's still trying to recover from it. Meghan Markle making a subtle jab at the royal family couldn't have been innocent, according to the people who are dissecting it right now. It genuinely might not have meant anything, but fans are always looking for hints that there might be more drama. Saying her creativity was stifled is actually a really big deal. What did she mean by it? Did she mean she stifled herself? Or did she mean that she was locked up with the royal family and actually wasn't able to create anything? People are still talking about the Oprah interview she did, but she definitely regrets doing that at this point. But here is the tea wrapped up. Meghan's throwing some serious subtle shade. Everyone's picking up on it. Is she sending a message? Is she just being herself? Or is she just trying to get us to keep talking? Either way, she's doing a fabulous job of keeping us all at the edge of our seats. And honestly, we're living for the drama. Will the royal family respond to her apparent dig? Or are they just over the drama and moving on? Meghan Markle's brother exposes her for lying in her new Netflix show.
There's more reaction to the Duchess of Sussex's new TV series.
And certainly Thomas Markle is really disputing some of the stories Meghan's been offering up about the childhood.
Meghan's brother Thomas is throwing serious shade and dissing Meghan like crazy. It's about her new Netflix series with Love Meghan and the very public criticism she's facing from her estranged half-brother, Thomas Markle Jr. Now, the series itself has been a topic of conversation, with some praising its intimate glimpses into Meghan's life and others criticizing it for being out of touch. But it's the reaction from Thomas Jr. that really stirred the pot. He hasn't minced words, calling the show malarkey and fake, and specifically targeting Meghan's portrayal of her childhood.
Growing up poor and underprivileged was the complete opposite.
In the series, Meghan paints a picture of a modest upbringing, describing herself as a latchkey kid who often relied on fast food, TV dinners.
Me growing up, it was so much fast food, and yes, I get when you're on a budget, super affordable.
She shared anecdotes about frequenting places like Taco Bell and Sizzler, creating an image of a less privileged childhood than some might expect for somebody who eventually married a prince. However, Thomas Jr. presents a different narrative. He insists that their family was financially stable and that Meghan's portrayal is a deliberate attempt to garner sympathy and construct a relatable rags to riches story. He accuses her of embellishing or even fabricating aspects of her past to fit a certain image. Thomas did not hold back when he threw jabs at Meghan's show. It's crucial to remember that family relationships are rarely straightforward. There can be layers of history, unresolved conflicts, differing perceptions that shape how individuals remember and interpret shared experiences. It's possible that both Meghan and Thomas Jr. both hold genuine beliefs about their childhood, even if those beliefs don't align perfectly. Adding another layer of complexity is the constant presence of the media. The Markle family has been under intense scrutiny for years, with every disagreement and public statement dissected and amplified. The relentless attention can make things worse and make it even harder for families to resolve their differences privately. Meghan's father, Thomas Markle, has also been a drama-filled figure in this. Despite Meghan's repeated pleas for privacy, he has frequently engaged with the media, sharing personal details, expressing his opinions about his daughter's life. This has undoubtedly strained their relationship and continued the overall family discord. Apparently, Meghan won't speak to her father because she's asked him many times to stop talking to the media about her, but he won't. And even when she finally cut him off, his first instinct was to go do an interview about it. It just seems like he wants his 15 minutes of fame. Is Thomas Markle Jr. genuinely concerned about setting the record straight about Meghan Markle, or is there an element of resentment and desire for attention? I would say that that's what it is. Like father, like son. It's difficult to say definitely, but it's important to acknowledge that his perspective might be influenced by a complex mix of emotions and experiences. Regardless of the motivations, the public feud is undoubtedly damaging to Meghan's image. It reinforces the narrative of a dysfunctional family and casts doubt on her authenticity. It also distracts from the positive messages she's trying to convey through her work. At the heart of the story is a family struggling to navigate their relationships under the relentless pressure of fame and public scrutiny. It's a reminder that even those who seem to have it all together can face a ton of challenges. This situation raises important questions about privacy, family loyalty, the role of the media in shaping public perception. It also reminds us to be mindful of the complexities of human relationships and to approach these stories with empathy and understanding.
Reasons why people love Kate Middleton more than Meghan Markle.
By the way, you be careful what you say now, because these guys, they're filming.
I know! It's been more than a decade since Kate Middleton officially joined the royal family.
It's been the best thing so far.
Oh, you are
so sweet! Kate Middleton is considered to be the picture of royal elegance, a style queen, and the people's darling. Now, Meghan Markle, by most people, she's an outspoken duchess who's shaking things up a lot, and she's considered to be a lightning rod for drama.
You are making people want to me.
She says her mental health declined to the point where she contemplated.
Now, when we contrast the two, Meghan Markle and Kate Middleton, two well-known members of the British royal family, have very different ways of doing things. Meghan is outspoken and not afraid to break away from royal traditions, and she's also proud of her American roots.
When I first met my now husband, my British friend said to me, "You shouldn't do it because the British tabloids will destroy your life."
Some people admire her for standing up for what she believes in, while others criticize her for not following the rules.
Royal rules Meghan Markle had to follow and broke.
Every time a royal woman sits down, it is customary for them to do so with their legs crossed and their knees touching.
There's no class in some person who goes sit like this, cross your legs like this, use this fork, don't do this, wear this kind of hat. Doesn't happen.
Meghan even decided to take a step back from being a senior royal and move to America again with her husband, Prince Harry.
Meghan Markle has returned to her California roots, this time with her family in tow.
Kate, on the other hand, is more traditional. She's always poised and polished and takes her royal responsibilities very seriously. She's also a great mom and loves working with charities. The media definitely compares Meghan and Kate a lot and make it all seem like there's one big feud that will never end between them. Now, there may be some truth to that, but the reality is we may never necessarily know what's going on between them, whether or not they sort of patched up their relationship or even decided to agree to disagree in an amicable way. Either way, Meghan Markle and Kate Middleton are both contributing to the evolution of the British monarchy in their own unique ways. But most people just say, well, Kate, she doesn't cause a fuss. She does what she does it well, and they prefer her style over Meghan Markle's style of things. Buckingham Palace has always had this unwritten rule of mum's the word when it comes to personal stuff. They've kept their lips sealed to protect their privacy and keep the monarchy looking squeaky clean. But Meghan Markle came along and threw a wrench in the works with her interviews and public statements, especially when she started spilling the tea of royal family matters.
They didn't want him to be a prince or a princess, not knowing what the gender would be, which would be different from protocol.
Some folks think she's airing dirty laundry in public and it's not doing the monarchy any favors. On the flip side, Kate Middleton has been sticking to the mum's the word approach, which means that Meghan's side of the story is the only one we're hearing. And it's like a one-sided conversation. And it's starting to affect the public's opinion of Meghan Markle. As a matter of fact, it has greatly affected it already. Now, with the rest of the royal family keeping quiet about a lot of personal stuff, Meghan's version of events is taking center stage. And it's definitely affecting how people view the whole situation with her and Harry leaving the British royal family as senior royals. It's definitely a messy situation, and it'll be interesting to see how this plays out in the long run. Now, the whole Meghan Markle and Prince Harry thing has caused quite a lot of controversy in the world and also within the royal family, because it's not just Meghan Markle saying these things, but also Prince Harry. He's also written a book about many private and personal things that happened during his time growing up as a royal. So there's definitely a lot of mistrust and division going on, and it's really, really affecting Harry's image as well. Some people look at it like Meghan is being totally disloyal, especially to Kate, who's always kept her mouth quiet and has followed the royal rules. And then there's a whole public opinion thing. Like, half the people are all for Meghan speaking her mind, while the other half are criticizing her for breaking royal protocol. So it's become huge debate online, and there's a lot of people picking sides here. I actually think that there's more people that have chosen the side against Meghan Markle in this instance, but again, I don't have the numbers to support that as a fact. There was also that Oprah interview where Meghan Markle dropped some bombshells about Kate Middleton making her cry before her wedding and the royal family not giving her any support for her mental well-being, and that caused a huge uproar all over the world.
It made me cry, and it really hurt my feelings.
Of course, there was that Netflix docu-series, Harry and Meghan, that came out and gave us even more details about the relationship between Meghan, Harry, Kate, William, as well as other members of the royal family.
There was a war against Meghan to suit other people's agendas.
And these revelations made people talk and debate even more, and everyone seemed to have an opinion about this. Now, when it comes to Kate and her journey in the British monarchy, it has definitely been a wild ride, and I'm sure it has had a lot of bumps, and some bumps we probably aren't even aware of, but it's marked by two major things: being there for a long time and feeling like you know her. So this is how Kate Middleton kind of comes across to people. People really feel like they connect with her because Kate has been a royal for quite a while now, and that's given people a lot of time to watch her grow from a regular girl to a big shot royal pretty much. And because she's been around for so long, she's become like a familiar face to the people of Britain as well as to the rest of the world. Being a royal for a long time has definitely shaped how people see Kate. Ever since she married Prince Harry back in 2011, she's been doing all the royal stuff, going to events, helping out with charities, and doing what royals do. And she's been doing all of it without criticizing the royal family or complaining publicly, which has made a lot of people think that she's definitely dedicated to being a royal and she respects the institution. Plus, she always meets expectations, which has earned her a lot of respect and admiration from the public. Over the years, we've come to know Kate as somebody who's kind, caring, and as down to earth as one could be.
She's so engaged, isn't she? She's really looking at everything.
She's not afraid to show her true self, and she can connect with people on a very personal level, which has made her really popular. And when she shares things about her personal life, like how it's like for her to be a mom, it makes the monarchy seem more human and relatable to the public. So Kate's longevity as a royal, as well as her familiarity to the public, have really helped her build a strong bond with not just the people of Britain, but around the world as well. She's seen as a role model by many people, how she balances her royal duties with her personal life, as well as all the challenges that she's been dealing with recently. Some reports even refer to Kate Middleton's Britishness as something that makes her more appealing because she's closer to the royal family customs and traditions rather than Meghan Markle, who is American, who was completely not accustomed at all. Now, at first, it seemed like the world did accept Meghan Markle with open arms, becoming a royal, and people loved her. I remember following the news and people had so much good things to say. You know, even the people of Britain, they really loved Meghan. And then all of a sudden, things changed because it just seemed like Meghan wasn't really open to adapting to the ways of the British people, as well as the ways of the British royal family.
Meghan Markle is being accused of making huge demands to compete with Kate Middleton. These accusations are wild, guys. Let's get into it.
And that was a very clear and real and frightening constant thought.
Meghan has been accused of making demands to get better accommodation when she first relocated to the UK to live with Harry. Royal expert Kinsey Schofield told GB News that Meghan asked if they could live in Windsor Castle, which is where they had their wedding reception after they exchanged vows. Meghan was told why she wouldn't be allowed to live in Windsor Castle and was warned the couple's privacy would be intruded upon as there are numerous public tours of the castle during that year.
For me, it's very important to meeting with the right organizations behind the scenes quietly.
However, Kinsley claimed Meghan's fixation on securing suites within the huge castle came from her rivalry with Kate Middleton, who lived in a lavish apartment with Prince William and their children in Kensington Palace, and she wanted something of similar value. William and Kate were given the apartment by the Queen as a present in 2011, and the massive living quarters was spread over 4 floors and featured over 20 rooms, including 3 kitchens and 9 rooms for members of staff, including nannies for their 3 children. The apartment underwent an extensive renovation before they moved in, and also includes 2 nurseries for their kids, as well as a private gym and elevator. Talk about luxury. This apparently bothered Meghan so much, she obsessed about getting something similar.
Yeah, just I guess we wait a couple months.
Harry and Meghan moved into Nottingham Cottage in the grounds of Kensington Palace after Prince Harry popped the question in 2017, and Meghan relocated to the UK permanently ahead of their wedding. The humble cottage was what Harry dubbed his starter home, but the 2-bedroom property, which had a tiny garden, wasn't substantial enough for the couple. Harry and Meghan discussed living in the cottage in their Netflix docuseries, as Meghan confessed she thought they would be living in something more regal after getting engaged.
Our security was being pulled. Everyone in the world knew where we were.
I said that we need to get out of here.
As far as people were concerned, we were living in a palace and we were in a cottage, he said during one episode. Kensington Palace sounds very regal. Of course it does. It says palace in the name. But Nottingham Cottage was so small, Meghan added. Since all of this was said, Meghan has been making all types of demands to try to match up to Kate Middleton and Prince Williams. Author Omid Scobie writes that Kate and Meghan had little in common, but the rift between Prince Harry and Prince William didn't help in the early stages of their relationship. Omid Scobie also quoted an endgame for Meghan, who found much of her time as a working royal a lonely and isolated experience. There was a hope that Kate would be someone she could at least turn to for an encouraging word during her lowest points, which chronicles both the breakdown in the royal family and the weakening of the modern monarchy. They were both once outsiders, middle-class women brought into the House of Windsor for unimaginably different lives. Kate, however, was uninterested in forming this kind of bond with Meghan, he writes. Omid Scobie, who has covered the royal family for more than a decade, writes in Endgame that a source said Kate can be cold if she doesn't like someone and wasn't a fan of Meghan.
You'll often hear people say, well, you're helping women find their voices. And I fundamentally disagree with that.
And you said yes, obviously.
Of course, yes. Yeah.
Awkward details about Meghan Markle and Kate Middleton's relationship. The wedding of Harry and Meghan in 2018 was undeniably a grand spectacle, purportedly costing an astronomical $45 million. A sum which reportedly surpassed the budget for Kate Middleton's own wedding to Prince William by a staggering $10 million. This apparent disparity in expenditure allegedly stirred feelings of discontent within the Duchess of Cambridge. Insiders claim that Kate found the financial discrepancy distressing and felt a sense of envy towards the extravagance of Harry and Meghan's wedding in comparison to her own.
I just think being able to sort of come together to find some sort of common ground.
These rumors suggest suggesting a rivalry between the Duchesses fueled by Kate's supposed resentment of Meghan's entrance into the royal spotlight have been circulating since before the matrimonial event. However, it's worth noting that these allegations regarding Kate's feelings towards her sister-in-law remain unconfirmed speculation.
But it was something that I think all three of us at the time felt that we really could make a far bigger impact together.
The relationship between Kate and Meghan has been subject to intense scrutiny since the latter joined the royal family. Rumors of a feud between the two women have circulated in the media, with some even speculating that they do not get along at all.
While the tabloids love to pit Kate Middleton and Meghan Markle against one another, they're both valued members of the royal family.
While these rumors have never been officially confirmed, it is no secret that joining the royal family can be a daunting and challenging experience. Both Kate and Meghan have had to navigate the intense scrutiny of the media, public expectations, and their new role as duchesses.
For me, it's very important to, meeting with the right organizations behind the scenes quietly.
It is therefore understandable that there may be some tension between them at times, but ultimately they are both committed to representing the royal family and supporting their respective husbands in their duties. Despite any potential differences or disagreements, Kate and Meghan have been seen attending various events together and appearing to get along well in public. They have also shown support for each other, with Kate reportedly giving advice to Meghan on navigating royal life and the media's attention. The two women also share similar philanthropic interests, with both actively involved in charitable work. Before the royal transitions, the life trajectories of Middleton and Markle were distinctly different. Middleton, who was born and raised in England, comes from a family that had connections to the British royal family even before her relationship with Prince William. Conversely, Markle, a native of LA, led a very different life as a successful actress, particularly known for her role in the acclaimed TV series Suits. Prior to her royal journey, Middleton was engaged in her family's business known as Party Pieces. The Queen appears to have formed a particular fondness in the ongoing royal dynamics. Sources suggest that the late Queen Elizabeth had developed a remarkably close bond with Markle, a closeness that extends beyond her relationship with Middleton. Since Meghan and Harry's wedding, the Queen's bond with Meghan had significantly deepened, shared an insider. The Queen has spent quality time getting to know Harry's spouse and finds her absolutely delightful. She believes Meghan embodies the future of the monarchy, being smitten by her warmth, intellect, and witty humor, the informant elaborated. On the contrary, the Duchess of Cambridge reportedly holds a distinctly different rapport with the Queen in comparison to Markle. The relationship between Kate and Elizabeth is rather formal, the source pointed out. Kate appears more restrained and rigid in the Queen's company, unlike Meghan, who remains authentic and doesn't get overly worried if she slips up on royal protocol. It's been reported that Middleton feels somewhat aggrieved that her fellow Duchess has formed a stronger bond with the Queen, leading to feelings of exclusion.
The Princess of Wales, Kate Middleton, remains unwilling to forgive or forget what she views as the ultimate betrayal by Meghan Markle. Now, since the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, Harry and Meghan, had their revealing interview with Oprah in 2021, Kate Middleton has not been able to find it in her heart to forgive Meghan Markle for the damage that she caused. And it seems that this stance is unlikely to change in the near future, as indicated by a source from OK Magazine. And this is what the insider had to say. Kate has drawn a hard line in the sand. She's not changing her mind about them. They never apologized for their lies, but it's harder for William because Harry is his brother. It's a horrible situation all around. And yeah, of course, William and Harry grew up together. There is a closer bond than Meghan would have with Kate because they're just sisters-in-law and they recently met. Another thing to note is that according to the insider, Prince William's efforts to extend an olive branch to Harry sparked a whole lot of emotions in Kate, leading to a heated disagreement with Prince William. So they had some confrontations there, it got heated, but they were able to work out that disagreement amongst themselves privately. Now, the insider also had this to say, but Kate feels that Harry and especially Meghan have done enough damage to the royal family and will do even more damage if they're let back in. Now, in recent developments, there have been reports suggesting that Kate has been reaching out to Prince Harry, even at late hours in the night, hoping to mend the strained relationship that he has with the rest of the royal family.
While the wives of Harry and Prince William have never been close, the ongoing fallout between the two brothers has led peacemaker Kate to try and patch things up, but this is said to have irritated Meghan.
So she's kind of going out of her way, taking it upon herself to kind of fix things happening in the family. Now, one source told Closer Weekly in the UK that, and I quote, Kate has been in touch with Harry to tell him to keep his chin up and not worry too much about these temporary setbacks. She feels very sorry for him right now. Seeing him go through all these setbacks is very difficult to witness, and it tugs at her heartstrings, especially as his court trial is taking place so close to their home. Yeah, it has been really tough for Prince Harry. The connection between the Sussexes and the rest of the royal family got worse when Harry published his revealing memoir Spare in January of 2023. And in his book, he called his older brother, Prince William, his arch nemesis.
He killed 25 Taliban fighters, snorted cocaine as a teen, and calls his brother his arch nemesis.
And talked about how Meghan was treated by the royal family.
There has always been this competition.
He also shared private information about a disagreement between Meghan and Kate, and this happened during a wedding dress fitting. So it's no surprise that Harry and Prince William, they have a strained relationship there, because when somebody exposes private information like that publicly, how are you gonna feel about it? It also doesn't seem like Kate Middleton is a big fan of Prince Harry, but for the sake of her husband, Prince William, well, Harry is his brother, so she's really working to try to make sure that they are on the same wavelength, you know, that they're reconnected again as brothers. And, you know, she also knew Harry a lot longer than Meghan, so there's no surprise that Kate Middleton isn't really that attached to Meghan Markle and what really happens with her. But yeah, she's just really trying to do her best, because it is a sticky situation here. Like, your husband is the Prince of Wales and his brother, the Duke of Sussex. You're trying to fix that, and at the same time, you aren't really cool with your brother-in-law's wife, your sister-in-law's, so you're trying to still work and fix that relationship. Yeah, I couldn't imagine what it would be like in Kate's brain right now, just trying to mend all of these broken relationships here, and just trying to make things work.
The campaign is fundamentally about shining a spotlight on the critical importance of early childhood.
Well, if that's a byproduct of what's going on, how jolly convenient. That would be nice, wouldn't it?
It's being said that Kate Middleton is making Meghan Markle less noticeable and less significant, less important within the royal family. Like, she's just completely outshining Meghan right now. One expert, Nicholas Owens, he used strong words while talking about the inner workings of the royals. But Nicholas Owens also praised Kate Middleton for becoming more confident and comfortable in her role in the royal family after just 5 months. Kate and Prince William, as a matter of fact, recently they had a significant trip to Cornwall, and they visited the National Maritime Museum and even rode on an old boat from the 1940s. And as you could imagine, people, of course, were really excited to see them, and they lined the streets just to catch a glimpse of them. So the expert believes that Kate Middleton is really liked by the public and that her popularity is 100% solid. Nicholas Owens, he specifically said this.
She's really come into her own. Her popularity is absolutely assured. We're talking about Kate, we're talking about the Princess of Wales. She's got new advisors around her.
Particularly one lady, a real toughie, is a sort of one of her main assistants. Now, Nicholas Owens, he also went on to say this.
Beyond the exterior that we all see, the smiling face, the easy way with crowds, the wonderful way Kate has with children, there is also some steel going on there.
The determination to sort of set herself out a role, rather, as you say, but is she seeing off Meghan in the process?
Well, if that's a byproduct of what's going on, how jolly convenient. That would be nice, wouldn't it? Pushing Meghan further and further into the background.
And Kate Middleton even hired somebody who is an expert in branding and marketing to work as her private secretary. Also, someone close to the royals, they said that this choice is a clear sign that Kate is trying to change how she presents herself to the public. And this is what they had to say. What the Princess of Wales is doing is a very clear sign that she is redefining her herself now that she has this new role. They also explain that Kate has a greater platform now and must have the right team to deliver for her. In the beginning of 2023, Kate shared a special look into her life by starting a new Instagram account. And she created this new account to showcase the important work that she does for raising awareness about early childhood. And when she launched the account, Kate posted a picture of herself as a baby on her official Instagram account. And this really connected with people. The picture shows a young Kate reaching out to her father, Michael Middleton, who is holding her. And she encouraged everyone to have conversations with their loved ones. This was all part of her campaign called Shaping Us. This campaign in particular aims to help people see the importance that the early years of a child's life is when it comes to shaping them for their future.
The campaign is fundamentally about shining a spotlight on the critical importance of early childhood and how it shapes the adults we become.
So the work that Kate Middleton is doing right now is really connecting with people. It's really making a difference and it's having a positive impact.
This is why it is essential.
And Kate, she's constantly working to get better, to have her message be received better, to present herself better in the public eye, to connect with more and more and more people. And with her doing this and stepping into her new role as the future queen, right? It's just kind of brushing Meghan Markle aside, and people are saying that, yeah, Kate is just outshining Meghan right now. Like, it's completely night and day. Markle has had so many awkward moments that still haunt her to this day.
Meghan Markle suffered an awkward microphone blunder after the charity event.
Great thing I knew I could find in a bookstore. Place it there.
The Duchess met with crowds in a stunning blue dress that appeared to be quite see-through on the bottom half.
Like, do you remember that time in her Netflix documentary series with her husband, Prince Harry, where it got a lot of people talking because she shared a moment when she met Queen Elizabeth for the first time and how she did a big curtsy for her. It was kind of a surprise meeting, and Meghan compared it to something out of medieval times, which made things even more awkward. And Harry was feeling uncomfortable too, if you look at the scene. And the way Meghan did the curtsy with the exaggerated gestures and what people would describe as a sarcastic tone, it rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. And they thought she was making fun of the Queen and making fun of the whole royal tradition. Some people were super critical, saying that this was so disrespectful. But other people, they defended her, saying that, oh, it's just her getting used to the cultural differences. Either way, this whole thing triggered a ton of backlash for Meghan Markle, and to this day, she definitely cannot live down that moment. It's still something that people talk about. There was also that incident with the microphone that was pretty awkward, where Meghan Markle, she was there trying to snatch a microphone from a female host at a fancy charity event, and this was hosted by Kevin Costner, the actor. Bruh, yeah, it was so cringe, and the host totally ignored Meghan's gesture, and it ended up all over the internet. People were talking about it, saying like, come on, Meghan, like that was bad. Some people said that Meghan was trying to steal the spotlight here, but other people said that it was just a mistake or that she was just trying to be helpful. Either way, it didn't make Meghan look good at all in the public eye, especially since everybody knows how Meghan Markle really loves the spotlight. There's also some body language experts that weighed in on this moment, and they suggested that Meghan's grab of the mic gesture and subsequent actions afterwards indicated that she was trying to recover from an embarrassing moment. So she had an awkward moment with meeting Queen Elizabeth, but then there was also another awkward moment when she met then Prince Charles, who's now King Charles. Meghan's first meeting with King Charles, back when he was Prince Charles, at Clarence's house was a huge deal. Not just for her relationship with Prince Harry, but also for her whole introduction into the royal family. It was a formal meeting, and let's be real, both Meghan and King Charles, they were probably, a little bit nervous as to how this was going to go down. And Meghan's American ways came out when she gave King Charles a hug. Yeah, it was a shock. It surprised Harry. It surprised King Charles because, that's a big no-no in the royal world. I think it would have been a bigger deal if he was currently King Charles, not still Prince Charles at the time. But either way, Charles, who isn't exactly known to be a big hugger himself, was of course pretty surprised. But, he played it cool, and Meghan quickly caught on and switched to the traditional cheek-to-cheek greeting. Yeah, and this whole thing just goes to show you how awkward it could be when you're trying to adjust to new traditions. Another awkward moment that still haunts Meghan Markle was the Oprah interruption. So in the lively city of Santa Barbara, a bookstore was opening, and it was like a magnet for bookworms and people who are into literature. And you had celebrities like Oprah Winfrey there, as well as Meghan Markle showing up. And it was supposed to be a night of book talk, as well as deep thoughts and discussions. But things didn't go exactly as planned. Meghan Markle stepped up to the mic like a boss, looking all confident and charming. And she started talking about how books and bookstores make her feel safe and cozy and a bunch of other things. And everyone was hanging on to every single word that she was saying. They were completely soaking it all in. But then suddenly there was a little bit of a commotion in the back. Oprah Winfrey, of course, a legend in her own right, made her entrance. And she's got that commanding presence. She's Oprah. When she enters a room, everybody sits up straight, everybody acknowledges, everybody recognizes that Oprah has entered the building. But as she made her way to her seat, she accidentally walked in front of the camera that was filming Meghan Markle's speech. And it was like a scene from a comedy movie, and the audience didn't know whether to laugh or to cringe. Meghan stopped talking for a second there, but she totally kept it cool, and Oprah realized what she had done and apologized real quick. Meghan was gracious about it, and she understood, saying, no worries, it happens and whatnot. But there was a journalist named Elizabeth Holmes who's known for being sharp and funny. She posted about it on Instagram, and she said that Oprah's entrance was so stealthy that it was like she was a ninja, and it was a short interruption, but it left everybody feeling a bit awkward. And of course, even Meghan was feeling a little bit awkward when she was interrupted like this by Oprah. But hey, it is Oprah. What do you do? What can you say? After that little hiccup though, Meghan went back on to talking about her love of books and how they can change your life. And the audience got to see two celebrity women, Meghan and Oprah, handle an awkward situation on the spot. There's also another incident at Wimbledon with Meghan Markle and her security team. So her security team had asked attendees at Wimbledon not to take photos of her, even though she was in a public area. And this led to a lot of criticism as well as accusations of her being a diva. And some reports suggested that the requests were made even when photographers were not directly aiming their cameras at her. So yeah, this rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. It definitely was pretty awkward because they're like, Meghan, who are you really? She was being called a diva here. Another moment involves the show Suits that she was on. Well, not the show directly, but people that were on the show. So in Suits, Meghan Markle played Rachel Zane, and she was surrounded by rumors that made everybody, wonder what is going on. And apparently she had some crazy requests that were way out there. Can you believe that she wanted a private screening of the show's last episode at Kensington Palace? She was some kind of VIP. Yeah, this is what people were saying. They were like, well, okay, Meghan, simmer down a little bit. I mean, usually popular shows celebrate their endings with public events for all their fans. And maybe there's a VIP after party or something. But, that's not all that people were talking about when it came to this. There were also some whispers that Meghan Markle asked her castmates from Suits to literally skip her wedding to Prince Harry. And she was pretty much saying that she wanted to separate her work life from her personal life. But some people thought that she was trying to act all high and mighty and distance herself from the people that she worked with on the show Suits. The private screening thing really got a lot of people talking, and some people thought that Meghan wanted to control how everybody saw her for leaving Suits and joining the British royal family. And they called her a diva and said that she was trying to create a certain image of herself for the public. But in the end, despite all of the opinions and gossip around this, Meghan Markle, she made her choice. She continued to marry Prince Harry. She moved on. And there's still, though, a lot of people that are saying that, okay, her attitude definitely changed. And this is just something that she will never be able to live down because a lot of people felt disrespected. This next incident takes us back to 2018 during a royal trip to New Zealand. Meghan Markle's wardrobe choice had the entire world talking. So she rocked a sheer black skirt, and you could literally see what she was wearing under. People went nuts, of course, saying that it wasn't right to wear something like that in public, especially for somebody in the royal family. However, upon further investigation, it was actually how the pattern on her dress was arranged that made it look like you could see what she was wearing under the dress. Clearly, her stylist completely missed this. The whole thing really made it clear that every little thing you do, even as simple as choosing what you wear and how it looks in the different lighting, matters, especially if you're a celebrity like Meghan Markle, who is definitely going to be haunted by this moment, I think pretty much for the rest of her life.
Being a member of the royal family isn't easy. As soon as Meghan Markle got engaged to Prince Harry, the public scrutiny of her outfits increased.
Could Meghan Markle be the queen? Whoa. Hold on. Before you take my question way out of context, could Meghan Markle be the queen of awkward moments caught on camera?
Getting embarrassed regularly is considered normal for normal people, but not so much when you are trying to impress royals.
Because my gut tells me that there aren't many people who are constantly being watched as much as her. Which begs the question, does Meghan just happen to have so many ridiculous, awkward moments that are always being caught on camera?
There's no class in some person who goes sit like this, cross your legs like this, use this fork, don't do this. Doesn't happen.
Or does she have a normal amount of these awkward moments, but the cameras are always rolling, so it seems like they're happening more often than they actually are, and it's disproportional? The answer to that question actually doesn't matter. Because either way, we're diving into the most awkward Meghan Markle moments, from wardrobe malfunctions to ignorant actions towards the Queen, that have been caught on camera.
You'll often hear people say, well, you're helping women find their voices. And I fundamentally disagree with that.
All right, picture this. A royal wedding, a celebration of love and friendship, and now add in Meghan Markle, known for her deliberate and sometimes accidental challenges to the royal dress code. Because why not, right? In this tale of fashion finesse and unintentional rebelliousness, Meghan attended the wedding of Harry's close friend and suffered a wardrobe malfunction.
Twitter exploded when Meghan appeared to suffer a very minor wardrobe malfunction.
According to the fashion detectives over at Entertainment Tonight, the top button of Meghan's dress decided to make an early exit, revealing a peek of a black lace undergarment. Oh, the audacity for someone newly navigating the intricacies of a very conservative family, the royal family. This was undoubtedly a moment that made even the most seasoned Duchess feel a little bit too awkward. In the grand tradition of social media over-analysis, one Twitter user could not resist the urge but to share their fashion expertise. Quoting, "Meghan stepped out in dark colors like someone attending a funeral. And did she deliberately flaunt her bra for the camera?" They pondered. Because, attending a wedding in dark colors is practically a fashion crime, and the unintentional peep of said undergarment might have been a strategic move in this world of royal fashion espionage that Meghan is diving into. Alright, let's talk about the Endeavour Fund ceremony during Meghan's engagement to Prince Harry. The event, usually smooth sailing, hit a few bumps in 2018. Meghan was on stage presenting awards when a slight mix-up with the notes caused a terribly awkward silence. Her co-presenter confessed to having different notes, and while tension rose, Meghan did her best to lighten the mood with a few laughs. But, eventually the ceremony did end up getting back on track after a brief hiccup, thankfully avoiding a 2017 Oscars-like disaster. Remember that time when they presented Best Picture to the wrong winner? In Warren Beatty's defense, La La Land was pretty top-notch. Let's take it over to March 2018, Westminster Abbey, during the Commonwealth Day service, where Liam Payne, fellow Brit, the One Direction heartthrob, took the stage, and he strummed John Mayer's "Waiting on the World to Change." You know that one? Waiting on the world to change. Well, the performance seemed to wrap up well, with Payne nodding, and the audience was enlightened. Payne started giving fist bumps to his fellow guitarist, and it gets interesting because Meghan and Prince Harry were caught on camera exchanging glances to each other, in which Harry started raising his eyebrows and Meghan ends up bursting into laughter. Oh, did I mention that they're in a church? So what's the inside scoop? Did the two not vibe with the performance? Did Meghan and Harry find the fist bumping with the guitarist a tad too much? Does Meghan Markle enjoy laughing out loud in church? One should hope not. No laughing on holy ground, Meghan. I, for one, hear that Liam's performance was top-notch. Had I laughed, I would forever feel ashamed of my actions. Rumor is that Meghan and Liam Payne are working on restoring the burnt-down bridges of their friendship. Slowly but surely, you two. Let's dive into the sunny streets of California in July, where Meghan Markle, the Duchess of Sussex, embraced the local vibes at a Santa Barbara farmer's market. Picture this: Meghan, solo, navigating through the market's fresh offerings, probably checking out some different fruits here and there, some nice vegetables, soaking up the Californian sunshine. It sounds perfect, right? Well, hold on to your sun hats there, fellas, because according to a report, Meghan might have unknowingly stirred up a tad bit of controversy. As captured by the ever-watchful lens of the Daily Mail, our Duchess of Sussex was seen with her pet beagle while going for a stroll through this farmer's market. So who cares? Well, here's the twist. There was a sign in the background. It was lit up. It was a huge, huge sign. And it seems like Meghan might have missed the memo, because the sign boldly declares, "No dogs allowed." We thank you for your understanding and cooperation, Meghan. Well, in her defense, perhaps Meghan is so used to British English nowadays that she forgot how to comprehend signs that are, well, written in American English. It happens. We are all thankful that nothing horrible happened as a result of Meghan's misunderstanding, and all the apples at the market were in fact left intact. What about the time that Harry purposefully avoided Meghan? Alright, picture this one: Harry and Meghan at the young leader's reception, a snippet of awkwardness captured for the world to see. This video shows Meghan reaching for Harry's hand only for him to skillfully evade her hand. And as action happens, he clasps his hands together instead. Ouch, Meghan, that one's gotta hurt. So avoid your wife's hand and put your hands together instead. But hold on, there's a twist in this tale. Enter Blanca Cobb, the body language expert, with insights on this situation. According to Blanca, it's not that Harry is playing hard to get for the cameras. It's more about navigating the royal do's and don'ts. And since public displays of affection are a bit of a no-no in the Queen's presence, Harry might be walking the fine line of royal etiquette. Cobb talks about the moment and notes, Meghan's arms and her hands don't swing naturally. It's as if she's keeping it within Harry's reach for that when the moment presents itself, they can hold hands. So it turns out it is less of a diss and more of a strategic move in the royal chess game. After all, when grandma's around, you gotta play by the rules, even if it means avoiding a little hand-holding moment. The complexities of being a royal couple in the public eye. Last but not least, Meghan Markle. 7 months pregnant at Mayhew, an animal welfare charity close to her heart. Now enter Peggy McEachram, an elderly Jamaican-born woman with an unconventional compliment up her sleeve. Peggy runs into Meghan and blurts, "What a lovely lady you are. May God bless you."
And you're a fat lady.
And she also happens to eye Meghan's baby bump, with admiration of course, because here comes the curveball. She adds on, "Oh, and you're a fat lady." See, now in some cultures, fat lady might not scream compliment, but Meghan chuckled through the awkwardness and responded with a nice and partially awkward response herself. "Yeah, I'll take it." Turns out, in Jamaican culture, this is more of a harmless remark than a comment on your royal baby weight. A fellow Twitter user clarified, "I am Jamaican, this is a Jamaican lady, and this is how we Jamaicans say you are very pregnant." Okay, so cultural nuances. They never really fail to keep us on our toes. And thus concludes the awkward life of Meghan Markle. Did we miss any awkward Meghan moments? Do any come to mind that we didn't gloss towards?
Meghan Markle is a style icon, but so far the fashion world has yet to see the Duchess of Sussex opt for anything other than her signature sleek-looking looks.
Harry and Meghan doing their thing in America, and Harry's off doing his thing in other countries away from his wife.
As Meghan Markle deals with the pressure to improve her finances and her marriage, the stress is actually starting to show up in her physical looks, and this is according to a new report.
The insider says he's fully on board.
Meghan Markle, who is a former actress, she's reportedly losing weight very rapidly, and people close to her are becoming really concerned about this. They're starting to notice this.
Hi. I'm Rachel Zane. I'll be giving you your orientation.
Rumors about Meghan's health started when she was seen in Montecito, California on August 11th, 2023, which was a day that was very warm. However, Meghan was wearing a wool coat and a scarf, which seemed out of place, and she also had on a Newcom biosignal process disc, which is a device that claims to help reduce stress and improve sleep quality and enhance your focus.
Well, apparently it is a biosignal processing disc on the veins on the inside of her left hand, which she was showing.
So, with Meghan wearing this coat and a scarf in hot weather like this, as well as wearing an anti-stress disc, something's really going on here, guys.
£235 to nearly £3,000 a year.
And it tells you your mood and it helps you to
de-stress. And some of us can't afford gym.
Now, there was one source that said that Meghan's recent appearance can actually be attributed to the enormous stress that she's facing and how it's affecting her body. And this is what they had to say. Meghan's anxiety kicks in when she's not in control. It seems that the pressure of making her mark in Hollywood is finally getting to Meghan. Trying to reestablish herself, constant money problems, Harry traveling and leaving her alone a lot, it all adds up. She's stressed and friends are afraid she could be spiraling.
Take notes, I'm not going to repeat myself.
But that's not all, guys. The source also went on to say this. When Meghan is stressed, she barely eats. Friends say she's dropped at least 15 pounds. She doesn't have an appetite when she's juggling a lot.
Oh, the best way to kill time on a flight is to drink wine and watch movies.
So reports suggest that Meghan is actually dealing with a lot right now, and that has to do with a lot of the uncertainty both in her work life and her personal life, and this seems to be impacting their finances as well as affecting their marriage, her and Harry on a whole.
After producing just one 13-episode podcast series for the firm before separating, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle have been dubbed.
Now, the same source also commented on this. They said, being millions in debt is extremely stressful. Sometimes she's not able to sleep at night because of it. Keeping up the lavish lifestyle they led isn't easy. Of course, things cost money, and if you want to live big, you gotta be earning big as well. Also, in addition to that, there's a report according to Radar Online that had this to say. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex have been worn down after public backlash, failed business deals, and public spats with their loved ones, palace insiders revealed. They're trying to figure out what hit them. Harry doesn't fit in Meghan's tacky Tinseltown world. So this is an interesting perspective, guys, because Meghan Markle, she's used to the actress lifestyle, the Hollywood, sort of being around celebrities. Harry, yes, to some degree, because Harry has always been well known, he's always been famous, but he's never been in Hollywood and in that circle, so it's definitely difficult for him to be navigating that world as well. On top of that, trouble in the marriage, and at the same time, the public doesn't like you. And on top of that, not just the public that doesn't like you, but your own family don't like you as well. Yeah, so all of these mounting pressures and all these problems and everything that the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, Harry and Meghan, have found themselves dealing with right now is really impacting Meghan Markle's health. And she before was a relatively thin woman. So if she's losing 15 pounds and like just how much more is she gonna lose? And could this be something that could be very detrimental to her health? We don't know.
Being a member of the royal family isn't easy. As soon as Meghan Markle got engaged to Prince Harry, the public scrutiny of her outfits increased.
Fashion mishaps, they happen. Especially when you're in the public eye like Meghan Markle is. People will just notice things. Here are the most awkward Meghan Markle wardrobe malfunctions.
Getting embarrassed regularly is considered normal for normal people, but not so much when you are trying to impress royals.
Back in 2018, as the royal tour was concluding, with Meghan Markle and Prince Harry finishing their 16-day journey across New Zealand, Australia, as well as Fiji and Tonga. On her final day, Meghan Markle wore a custom Givenchy skirt that appeared slightly see-through in some of the photos.
Meghan Markle steps out in a see-through skirt.
However, this wasn't a straight-up wardrobe malfunction, but it was because of the fabric. Like, depending on the lighting, it looks like it's see-through, as well as the pattern on her skirt. How it's stitched and the lighting, it gave an illusion like you were literally seeing her underwear. There was another incident during her 37th birthday where Meghan Markle attended the wedding of Prince Harry's friend Charlie Van Straubenzee, and he was getting married to Daisy Jenks. And Meghan's outfit, which was a color block pleated shirt dress from Club Monaco, revealed a black lace camisole underneath due to an undone top button while she waves to the crowd.
Twitter exploded when Meghan appeared to suffer a very minor wardrobe malfunction.
That incident made headlines all over the world, and people were even accusing her of doing the wardrobe malfunction on purpose just so that she can have all of the attention on herself. Going back to October 25th, 2018, Meghan Markle arrived in Tonga and she was wearing a gorgeous red self-portrait dress worth about $600, and it was paired with navy pumps. While stepping off the plane hand in hand with Prince Harry, her husband, royal fans, they noticed a wardrobe malfunction there. The tag of Meghan's dress was still attached and it was swinging in the wind at the back. But despite this, the couple was warmly welcomed by the airport staff, carrying a sign that read, "Welcome Harry and Meghan," and the crowd sang traditional songs and danced while waving Union Jacks.
The welcome like no other, Pacific Island melodies accompanying the kingdom's Princess Angelica.
The next Meghan Markle wardrobe malfunction happened during the Festival of Remembrance on November 10th, 2018. Meghan Markle, along with other royals, she experienced a wardrobe malfunction and that stole the show. At that time, she was a mom-to-be and she spilled something on her pantyhose, resulting in visible splotches, and it raised concerns of, what was that? Like, what's spilt there? Like, what is that? It was from her foot all the way to her shin. Despite her black pumps and the baby bump hidden beneath her matching coat dress, that random wet mark on her leg on the right, it was completely noticeable, making it seem like she had been out in the rain or had something spill on her. This next incident has to do with Meghan Markle, and she was wearing a navy jacket with white edging. However, people looked closely and they observed an unfortunate wardrobe malfunction from behind. A temporary stitch was left holding together the flap at the back of the coat, and these tacking stitches, they are typically meant to be removed before the garment is actually worn, and they're used by seamstresses to hold elements of the clothing in place while they work on the rest of them. So yeah, her stylist definitely overlooked that one.